the 360 CEO podcast, where we help business owners experiencing profit loss and being overwhelmed to finally regaining control of their business financing and quality of life, to receive some funding and bring back the joy of being a CEO. With over 20 years of experience and over $11 million in secured funding for CEOs and business owners worldwide, just like yourself, the CEO 360 CEO podcast is the secret weapon for most of the most successful and profitable businesses and CEOs in the United States. So here, what we're going to discuss today is how the credit aspect is affecting your business, because there's pillars. There's four pillars in order to get you funded. One of those is business credit. Next pillar is taxes, bookkeeping, and one that a lot of times we all overlook because we're so busy is personal credit. So your personal credit is crucial. So we're going to go over with that, some steps, some tips, and tricks, techniques to get you the best credit that you deserve. So we specialize in helping business CEOs get approved and understand credit so you can get funding for your business, right? And my name is Cardell Williams, and I'm the one of the founders of 360 Global Business. So the first thing we want to do is know your credit rating. Know your credit rating. What is your credit rating, right? Your GPS. Do you know for sure, what your credit rating is? You got to locate yourself. Before you go anywhere, you have to locate yourself, right? Know your score recipe. Get some understanding. It's your credit. So what is it made up of? You see the score, but what is the anatomy? What is the ingredients of your actual score? Well, 35% of it, as you can see, is the payment history. 30% is the amount owed. Now, just those two things, that's 65% of your score, the amount that you owe and your payment history. And if you add in the length of credit history, that's another 15%. New credit is 10%. So those new cards are important. And the types of credit. So you want to mix it up. These are called data points. These are what lenders are looking for, right? I was told a long time ago, what all of your get some understanding. So hopefully this can assist you with getting understanding. So look at this screen. I love this part here because it shows the importance of, let's say you're trying to get a mortgage, right? And you look at your score. One person has 720 credit score. You have, maybe somebody else has a 580. Look at the interest rate and how much of the payments that you're being charged for the same house just on those interest rates. Based on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, let's say of $250,000 mortgage, you're going to be paying more, almost $1,000 more, and each month you're going to be paying more. And those things add up with insurance and everything else as well. So as you see, it's better to have a higher score, but there's also a reason. So sometimes you have to slow down to speed up, right? If you need to build that up and understand and get some knowledge and some assistance to get your score up as high as you can, and then apply for something, like you apply for a loan, right? Apply for some kind of business credit or a mortgage, the higher score, the better. Now, who looks at your score, right? Somebody, I have clients that tell me, Ricardo, well, who's even looking at my score? We're employers, mortgage lenders, credit card companies, auto insurance companies, homeowners insurance, landlords. Anybody with your social security number can be looking up your credit information. And it's yours, so it will make sense for you to see it before anyone else. The insurance scoring in personal automobile insurance, listen to these stats. 92% of the largest automobile insurance use credit data in underwriting new business. Credit can even affect your auto insurance rate by as much as 50%. So ask yourself this question: is your credit score raising your cost of automobile or homeowners insurance? Or if you're a CEO, are you being denied a business loan because of your credit? And life happens, right? Life happens. As a busy CEO, lost a job, relocation, being furloughed, new relationship, mistakes by a creditor, pandemics. I know we all can relate to that. And items that can be disputed on your credit report. Tax liens, judgments, charge off, collections, late payments, repossessions, inquiries, discharge, bankruptcies. These things are legally in your power to dispute. You are actually losing points. There's something called the credit card imbalance. Listen to this closely. If you have a credit card or a card, it's reporting. If you have a 40 to 50% limit, if you're using 40% of your limit, you lose approximately 10 points. And it scales all the way up. Let's say if you max out your card at 90 to 100% of the card, you can lose a 60-point drop just like that. Sometimes people call and they'll say, well, my credit card is just my points just tanked. What happened? Pay attention to those balances. And I'm going to give you something so you can understand where to look at it in real time so you don't have to wait for a lender or someone that you're waiting for approval to tell you. It's better for you to be in the driver's seat so you can have the power. Now, here's a few credit scoring myths. Closing accounts will raise scores, not necessarily. As you can see with the mix, you want to keep some of those, not just close them because they're annoying you. And all inquiries lower scores, not necessarily. Some of those are they're so minute, or it's not a lot. There's a lot less than a lot of us think as far as what it reduces us. To raise your score, don't use credit. That's a myth. Adding comments to disputed accounts will help your score. Not true. Closed accounts that don't read closed by consumer will hurt your score. Myth. Paying off collections always raises scores. If anyone ever tells you that, stay away from them, okay? Higher income means higher scores. That's a myth. Here's a credit score truth. Improving the score may not eliminate all of the problems. So removing collections, the debts don't go away. But if they're old enough, they do come off the credit report, improving the scores. So when you want to negotiate a settlement on a collection item, you need to know that the collections agencies bought your item for around 40 cents on the dollar. A lot of times it's a lot cheaper. They also need to negotiate removal from the credit report as part of the settlement, or there is no benefit to get the client in settling the collections. Get it in writing. I'm going to tell you that now. Anytime you talk to a collection agency, get it in writing. And let me go a little further. Get their name, get the date, um, have them email you, and or send it in regular mail. You want to, again, this is your case you're building, so you are the most important person as far as your credit concern. Because you call back, that person might not be there. They have a huge turnover rate there. So again, those are things that you can do to repair your own or restore your own. And if you heard about the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if not, let me tell you what that is. It's the right to challenge the accuracy of items reported, the right to pursue investigation of all negative credit items. It's the right to have negative items removed that were disputed and not responded to within 30 days. You have rights. Know your rights. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is here for all of us. So what about credit utilization? If you ever heard of credit utilization ratio, that is something that can hold you back as well. Again, we're digging into the anatomy of your credit and what makes it work, what makes it tick, what makes you approved or denied. So the credit card utilization, which is the amount of available credit you're using at or below 9%. You can better believe that mortgage lenders and renter-owned companies will take a good look at this. Lenders are going to look at this. Credit aside, another way to improve your chance of getting approved is to maintain steady employment and income. Keep your books in order. Know your numbers. Some of the programs will also want to see, some levels of cash reserve in your checking or savings account. So really pay attention to that as well. Credit card utilization is primo. That's very important. Now, who is reporting to these credit bureaus, anyways, for your personal credit? For the personal credit side, is TransUnion. Take a look at the screen. It's TransUnion at PO Box 1000, Chester, PA 19099. All right, and here's the transunion.com. There's a number 800-888-4213. And here's Experian and here's Equifax. These are all Googleable. These are things you can actually just ask Siri or ask any AI and it'll pull it up, right? You can ask Alexa if you want, but these things will come up and you will be able to communicate with them your case. But you have to know the words, the verbiage, the right way to do it, and this is what I'm going over today for you, so you can get a step up. All right, so you can get an advantage, an edge, and of course, I'm gonna give you some more free tips. And these are things you probably already know, but pay your bills on time. It's only going to help you in the long term, because remember, this is your personal credit resume. This is your resume that's showing a lender why they should lend to you. Pay your bills on time, right? Set up auto pay. I would highly suggest setting up auto pay. So those reminders really help, and don't allow your debt utilization to exceed 9% of credit limit. Some people might say 30%. In my experience, 9%, around 9% or below is the magic number. Try to limit your cards to mortgages, auto loans, and a few major credit cards, and have 3 to 5 positive credit line items. Right? If you don't know, what those are, just contact us. Our office is, however you got this information, respond back and say, I'm interested in finding out the other credit lines I can get. Well, we can assist you with pointing you in the right direction. But those are some tips that are very, very important. And to enhance your score, here's some more tips. Increase the credit limits. Give them a call and ask to, for a lower percentage of available balance owed. Add a primary line and make on-time payments once again, right? So add another line. If you are married, or you know somebody that you are very close with, perhaps they can do that for you. It's to their discretion. You might not have access to it, but if they have you know phenomenal credit and they want to connect you, add you on their primary line, well, then you can do that as well. Open revolving business accounts and transfer personal balances to them. It's another tip. Open revolving business accounts and transfer personal balances to them. Don't close old accounts, especially if they're in good standing, and be sure to keep them active and reporting. The last thing you want is to have that account be dormant, you not use it, and then they cut your amount that they are lending you in half, which throws off the numbers. It skews the numbers in a very negative way. So if you need to buy something small here and there, it's fine, because you're just showing the lender that you have control, that you are disciplined with your credit, and that's the message you want to relay. Remember, your credit report is sending a message without you being there. It's your credit resume. That's what it really is. And we have tons of testimonies from our clients. And here's just a few that came in. We have one gentleman that we helped, that's a barber. He's the CEO of our barber shop. And in 60 days, his credit score went up 92 points on Equifax and 71 points in TransUnion. And he is elated for that. And he sends us customers all the time. Now he needs to go get a loan to expand his barbershop, but his credit is in order now. His credit profile is in order. Another client here, 102 points. She called me her credit coach. I appreciate that. 185 points for Miss Griffin out of New Jersey. And then even we have Andrea, who went from renting to owning, who's looking to get approved as well. She opened up a business. And these are just some things of her home that she broke ground on that. I love those emails, and I got approved, and she was in tears. She was so happy about it. And if you have things like, goals to be over 700 or goals to be in 750s, and you can't do it, you hit that wall where you can't do it by yourself anymore. Use some screenshots here. How would you like your score to be? 697. You were stuck on the sixes, the next, you're over sevens across the board. right? You have a lot of inquiries that you need to be deleted and you just can't get those things off. Yes, we can assist with that, improving your score, as you can see, collections, and a lot of other things that's holding you back. But sometimes you need to hire a professional for the best results, or take this information and use it, right? Take this information and use it. You can give this number a call, 800-433-8219, and we can assist you with that. Typically, you increase within 50 to 150 points. Results vary, but here's to your best credit life, sincerely. And of course, sometimes it's wise to hire a personal credit team and coach. And if that's you, if that's what you need, now is your time to win. Set up a time. Give us a call, 305-317-2363, 305-317-2363, or shoot us an email and let us know your story. You know, what's the name of your business? What is holding you back credit wise? What do you have a challenge with? How can we assist you to live your best credit life? I hope all is beyond well. I truly hope that you have massive success in all that you do. 360 Global Business, we're here to see you get approved, open up all the avenues that credit can give you. Enjoy the day. We'll talk to you soon.